Well, welcome, ladies. Today we are joined by Molly and Jennifer. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Sure. I am Molly Cain. I'm the Director of Innovation and Venture for the Department of Homeland Security.
And I'm Jennifer Hoover. I'm the Deputy Director of our office as well.
Your office has such an interesting name, Office of Venture and Innovations. What exactly is that, and what do you do for DHS?
Well, we have fun all the time. Our role or our office started actually as a venture tech relationships group, and the intention around even designating us as such and bringing us onto the team was to create a bridge between the venture capital and startup and industry ecosystems and homeland security. And our mission, as we initially set out, was to implement innovation through those introductions and relationships. What we soon found out very quickly is that it's much more of an inside game. It's much more of a culture conversation. So we've modified things to be the Office of Venture and Innovation, and we're truly focusing on culture. We're focusing on the what we like to call the innovation pipeline, essentially, and it is from identifying mission needs all the way to plugging it in and giving it to the hands of the users. So it's a much bigger picture than just the relationships part.
So our big focus is talking with our customers. We meet with our customers, and customers are typically internal. It's the CIO shop in the various components. We find what we call our foxhole allies, people who are very interested in innovation and driving government change forward. And we reach out to them, we sit with them, and we talk with them about what is it that you need? What are you thinking about today? What's on your strategy radar that we can help implement innovation and drive that forward with you guys. So we sit at a higher, at a headquarters level to be able to consolidate the innovation opportunities within DHS in order to connect those. And so that way we at DHS and all of our components, customers, can work together for lessons learned around innovation and driving that forward.
And as you go around and you talk about this to different groups in your DHS, you use the term a lot, innovation economy. What is that?
So you found our favorite buzzword. So as I referenced earlier, our innovation pipeline is the start to finish, where we see a need being identified in the early stage all the way to implementation. When we talk about the innovation economy, that includes the Red Hats of the world. It includes the venture capital firms. It includes the startups. The angel investors, even academia and other federal agencies. So everyone plays a very key role. And when we call it the economy, half the group is in it from a business end. The other half, or if not everyone, is in it for a mission purpose. And we see it more as the city.
Okay. Yeah. Can you give an example or a few examples of how one can activate innovation in organizations?
We have a few suggestions that we've come up with. The first suggestion is to invest. You don't have to invest dollars. You can invest your time. You can invest your ability to learn something new. You can invest resources. You can invest your dedication to the mission. We're asking you to invest a part of yourself that can drive innovation forward, that keeps you interested. We also ask you to know your role. What I mean by that is there are various types of players. Some players are focused on staying within rules and boundaries, which is completely okay and necessary in the federal government. And there are other players that are looking to stretch those boundaries and play with them, shift things around, and maybe change some processes and adjust things so that way innovation can be adopted into the agency. And working together with each type of player. We also ask people to take a look at culture and drive your culture forward toward an innovative culture by doing things like accepting other people. If you have an idea, find someone who will work with you on that idea, or if you know somebody else has a great idea, be their champion, be their supporter, and we call it their second dancer, which is a TED Talk about leadership. It's my very favorite. So we ask everybody to support each other in ideas. And then we ask everyone to be deviant, which is our favorite thing. Be willing to change. Be willing to make a difference and to stand up and say, I want to try something new today, and just be a little deviant and try something new.
Okay. Be deviant. I like that. Very clever. And, I'm sitting here, and I am not surprised that there are two females here that are leading an organization that are supposed to nurture and foster ideals, because we're nurturing by default. But I have to ask, have there been any impediments or any obstacles that you had to encounter as a female in this role?
You were throwing us the softball. So obviously we're often told to be nicer and to smile, because that's, the best feedback that a woman can get at work. But you might be shocked to know that the most of the innovation offices in the government right now are being run by females. Mm-hmm. And to your point, we have the relationship skills, the communication skills, and I think the best gift that we can bring to this kind of role is not necessarily that we're going to dig in there and be the developers, but we know the developer that needs to know this person, and this person needs to know this person. And it is a unique skill that we know women have, in particular, is making unique connections between completely unrelated items. So that seems to be the next industry for a lot of females to pursue. It requires just a special skill set. So when I found Jennifer, I had to have her.
Great.
The other biggest thing, and I have to say this as having come on board with Molly, is support each other. As women, you have to support each other. Women are often maybe not so nice to each other, and we have this conversation about women in tech. And the biggest thing is just support each other. So Molly and I peer coach each other all the time. Sometimes it gets a little heated, but we always respect each other, and we respect what each other brings to the table, and we balance each other exceptionally well because we do have that respect and honesty and willingness to collaborate regardless of gender. Doesn't even matter.
Well, glad to hear that. And we respect what you have to say, too. So on a closing note, is there anything out there, any technologies or anything that maybe you're watching that maybe we should know about, or that might be the next big thing that hit agencies that we should be aware of?
So we actually, one of the coolest parts of our job is that we get to take executives to some of the hot regions of emerging tech, and we actually just got back taking 35 CIOs from Homeland Security to Silicon Valley and spent an entire week with them, and we got to see everything from AI to robotics to sensors to drones. And what we don't like identifying specific trends, because we also speak with the venture capital firms, and we're watching what they're watching, okay, which is 5 to 10 years out, 20 years out, some of them. But we do stay on top of all those trends. So constantly, we rely on organizations like Red Hat even to keep us aware of what you're seeing on the streets so that we can let our executives know. And that is one of the key parts of our role, is to immerse our executives in what is happening outside, even when they can't focus on it priority-wise.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Molly Cain, Jennifer Hoover, we thank you for coming to DevNation 2018, and we expect great things and look forward to it out of you.
Thank you for having us.